Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're talking about something huge. AI is getting a body. We're going to explore how this massive leap from pure software to physical robots could lead us down two radically different paths. A new species. Wow. That's a pretty wild claim from Brett Adcock, the CEO of the robotics company Figure AI. So, is he just drumming up hype for his company? Or is he actually predicting our future? To figure that out, we need to zoom out and look at the massive tech wave he's riding. You see, we're living in a time that some are calling the Great Acceleration, and it's all being powered by one incredibly powerful idea: convergence. So, what does that actually mean in plain English? Well, think of it like this. For a long time, different technologies were developing in their own separate lanes. Now, those lanes are starting to merge, and these technologies are starting to feed off each other, creating this insane feedback loop of innovation. ARK Invest points to 5 of these core platforms. You've got AI, which is kind of the brain of the whole operation. Then there's robotics, which gives that brain a body to interact with the world. You need energy storage to power it all. Then you have multiomics, which is just a fancy term for massive scale biological data, giving it a way to understand the natural world. And finally, public blockchains could provide a way for all these autonomous systems to coordinate and transact with each other. And the speed of this mashup is just staggering. There's even a metric to track it called convergence network strength, and it's predicted to jump by 35% year over year by 2025. This incredible acceleration is fueling a really bold, almost utopian vision of what's next. So let's call this first vision solarpunk. It's a future where all this convergence leads to a world of unbelievable abundance and prosperity. And the numbers that proponents are throwing around are just astronomical. They're looking at a $26 trillion opportunity. And this isn't just about robots in factories. We're talking about warehouses, stores, and yeah, eventually even in our own homes. Now here's a mind-bending idea. ARK argues that all the work we do around the house, cleaning, cooking, taking care of people, is implicit labor. It doesn't get counted in the official economic numbers like GDP. But if household robots could turn all that unpaid work into measured economic activity, US GDP growth could literally double. And look at transportation. The prediction here is a complete price collapse. By 2035, a ride in an autonomous robo-taxi could be 10 times cheaper than a human-driven one, and way cheaper than even owning your own car. But as you can probably guess, not everyone is buying this rosy picture. Because for every one of these bold predictions, there's a huge wave of public skepticism, and that creates a much grittier, let's call it cyberpunk, reality check. A lot of this doubt is aimed right at the financial backers of this vision. This comment from Reddit, for example, goes right after ARK Invest, pointing out the massive losses investors took after that hypergrowth stock boom from a few years ago went bust. And then there's just this general feeling of hype fatigue. People are getting tired of the constant stream of announcements from tech CEOs promising that, everything is about to change. Again. So people are really starting to question if the actual progress on the ground can ever match these huge visionary promises, especially when it feels like they've heard it all before. The bottom line is the conversation online is completely divided. On one side, you have this accelerationist excitement that celebrates every new demo video. And on the other, you have this really deep skepticism that's rooted in past financial performance and a growing weariness of all the perceived hype. So you've got this utopian vision clashing with some serious public doubt. To understand how that vision is still pushing forward, you have to look at the relationship between the key people who are actually building it. And you can really see it as a convergence of capital and engineering. You have Cathie Wood, who provides the big top-down economic theory, the why. And then you have Brett Adcock, who provides the bottom-up nuts and bolts engineering proof, the how. And when you put them together, you get this incredible flywheel effect. The grand economic vision justifies pouring billions of dollars into these companies. That capital then funds the super-fast engineering needed to create real-world proof. And that proof, in turn, validates the original vision. It just keeps spinning. And this right here, this is a huge milestone. This isn't just another scripted demo or what Adcock calls open-loop theatrics. No, this is an autonomous robot working a full shift in a real factory, solving a real labor shortage. This is the proof in the pudding. So if this acceleration is real, and this flywheel keeps spinning faster and faster, what does the world actually start to look like? The ultimate vision, the big dream here, is a world of abundance. The thinking is, if you can automate most physical labor, the cost of making pretty much everything plummets, and that dramatically lowers the cost of living for all of us. And that leads to maybe the biggest societal shift you can imagine. When doing physical work is no longer something you have to do to survive, but something you choose to do, it completely changes the entire purpose of work and society itself. And that leaves us with the ultimate question. In a world where work is a choice, not a necessity, what would you choose to do? Whether that future is a few years or a few decades away, the technologies shaping it are coming together right now. Thanks for watching.